All right, gentlemen, beautiful one. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation. It was not only surprising because no one saw it coming, but also shocking in a country where public office holders hardly resign. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, has formally resigned. In his resignation letter submitted to the party's National Working Committee, Ganduje cited health reasons as part of his decision to step down. No one saw it coming. I mean, did you see it coming?
Well, before it happened, it was in the news that he was going to do it.
Yes.
I mean, earlier today.
I heard about it.
Okay, you heard
earlier today.
Oh.
No, I mean, it was even in the news.
Yeah, it was in the news.
That he was going to resign. But, of course, he said he was resigning on health ground. Well, speculation, you know, there are people saying, okay, in fact, I've even heard that, okay, there are allegations of financial impropriety, not confirmed. Some people say, okay, he mishandled the Gombe incident. Okay. People will say all sorts of things. But the man resigned. But what I do not expect his resignation to have a significant negative impact on the APC.
On the party.
Why am I saying this? His immediate predecessor, Abdullahi Adamu, who did not ab initio support the president. If you remember, when the president made his Emilio Court declaration in Abeokuta, he kicked against it. Abdullahi Adamu kicked against it. And we also know how he was trying to bring in...
did he try or he did?
You know, he spoke against it. Now, I'm talking... He was trying to bring in Lawan.
Yes.
Eventually, he resigned. And APC is still standing.
Okay.
So I do not... Well, people come and go. Institutions must be very strong. Sure. As things stand now, I know that APC is a very strong party. It's a very strong institution. So I do not expect Ganduje's resignation to
have an impact on the party.
Yes, on the party.
I mean, your thoughts here?
No, but I think after 2023, when this party came, I mean, when this current the president was, when he came and he visited us, he was quite very influential and of course very relevant in the manner of speaking. But I think over this intervening months, his relevance began to wane. That's the way I look at it. He was hardly in the news and all that. Even some very important things that Ganduje's name wasn't there anymore. That, as you mentioned, you made a reference to the Gombe issue about they didn't mention the name of those and all that. It was also a kind of a minus to his leadership style of open, maybe I could say open bias to a certain section of the So maybe the president also wasn't very comfortable. And then someone also said, because I discussed with a friend of mine when I used to call when they said, okay, because we heard about it about 3 hours before I even came here. That it was going to, but I didn't know we were going to be discussing it, you know, right? And that again, somebody also said that even the continuous closeness of what's the other man in Kano? The NPP man. Okay, Kwankwaso is getting very close to the president and Kwankwaso and this one. So a whole lot of things are being you know, bandied here and there. But again, as he said, the days to come, we will all see. But I thank God for what they are doing. Well, is it thank God now? Well, I'm happy for them that they fixed the National Convention for December, which I think is going to do a lot to restructure the party and then put the party on good footing.
On the right
yes,
footing.
Exactly.
I mean, BKO, your thoughts here. Ganduje has resigned. What's your interpretation of this? BKO, are you still with us? Okay, network issues. Now, he said something that his resignation may not have an impact on... Okay, BKO.
I can see you before I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, BKO. So, BKO, I asked Ganduje has resigned. What's your interpretation?
Well, I had expected this. If I said I wasn't expecting it, then I'm a liar from the pit of hell. 2 times he had been offered ambassadorial appointments, you know, but he turned those appointments down. And initially, it was thought that it will be around for him to midwife the primaries of the party for the 2027 election. But the pressures had been on. You and I know that Kwankwaso is the president's friend, although it may actually be attacking the president, but that's politics. He's the president's friend, and the president...
Oh, network glitch again. Network glitch again. But while we wait for BKO, he said something.
He said, you know, I mentioned the
impact.
Yeah. Okay,
the
impact. Yes.
He said may not really have an impact on the party.
No, but I mentioned
it shouldn't.
Yeah, no, it should no.
Okay, I'm so sorry. He's back now. BKO, conclude on your thoughts.
Yes.
Yes, I said that Atiku, someone like Kwankwaso would not like to work for Atiku. He had said that before, that yes, that Atiku should not be in the race. He even called him a liar at 80. So President Tinubu had been making moves to have him come to his side. And Kwankwaso and Ganduje, at this point in their political lives, they cannot belong to the same party.
Oh,
yes. They cannot belong to the... Yes. Kwankwaso will be willing to come into the APC, a party that he helped form, if Ganduje were not the party leader. Okay. That is clear. That's what... in my view, the leadership has been looking for a way to ease Ganduje out of that position and put a younger person, which will also enable them to be able to woo Kwankwaso, who is the most influential politician in Kano today. And we all know the position of Kano in Nigerian politics. There is no state that garners the kind of votes that Kano gets. The senatorial votes from Kano Central alone is usually higher than most states in our country. Just that senatorial zone, Kano Central. Even when in the last election, the former governor, Shekarau, pulled out of the race, he still secured more votes than many senatorial contestants in our country, than even some governors. So this is the situation. The president sees Kano in play. He needs the votes from Kano, and Kwankwaso is someone that he believes can help him to get the votes from Kano. And with Ganduje out of the way, it easily paves the way for Kwankwaso to come into the party. This is the truth. This is the truth. I don't know how to sugarcoat anything. This is the truth. I know that they have been in talks, and I know that Ganduje and Kwankwaso had reservations to work under the leadership of his sworn enemy. So with what we have now, he may just make it easier for him to come on board, and we'll see an NNPP and APC fuse
together
as one in that critical state. So this is the thing, yes. And of course, there had also been issues. Many people were not happy about the way the Gombe debacle was handled.
Yeah.
And a lot of them blamed the vice president. The party national chairman. I do not think that it was his fault what transpired. But again, that matter should have been better handled, because I listened to the speech of the governor of Borno State. There was nothing wrong about that speech. But somehow there is tension from that part of the country that Kashim Shettima may be pushed out as vice president and all that. There is speculation that the president, that Kwankwaso wants to be vice president. I do not see any truth in that. Kwankwaso will have been a minister in this dispensation. I also know that. But somehow, again, based on what I said earlier, it was difficult to get him to come on board.
Okay.
Maybe now we'll see some real movement in that area.
All right, then. All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation, our final conversation. Now, the crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party, PDP, continues to widen as key organs